Good morning, students. Today we shall take up chapter number 3 of Vistas, The Journey to the End of the Earth, written by Tishani Doshi. Well, students, the end of the earth, that takes two meanings. First, literary meaning, what is that? We are to travel to the two ends of earth, north and south, northern pole or southern pole, right? The end of the earth, where the earth ends, we see. Though the earth is absolutely round and it does not have any end, but we presume it to the north and to the south. We are to travel to the south. Antarctica. Yes, my dear students, today I shall take you to Antarctica, an absolutely desolate, cool and absolutely dry place where no human being lives. Right? A very simple biodiversity, a very simple environment is found there. We shall travel to that. And the second meaning that I was going to discuss with you, we are to travel to, in imagination, we shall travel to the end of the earth, where the earth will absolutely will be destroyed, devastated due to pollution and other problems that the earth is going to face in future. Right? So we shall take up both the things simultaneously, hand to hand, simultaneously together, and we shall discuss various issues that we are going to face in future. Right? So, my dear students, be ready for that. Written by Tishani Doshi. If you want to know more about the planet, past, present and future, the Antarctica is the place to go. Bon voyage. Bon voyage, the narrator wishes us, the writer wishes us a very happy journey to the end of the earth, where we shall find about, we shall discuss about, we shall know about the earth. Earth's past, how it came into being, then present, and then what the future. Future is not so good, right? The prognosis is not so nice for earth. We shall discuss each and everything. Thank you. Let's come to chapter number 3, Journey to the End of the Earth. I earlier discussed with you that we can know about Earth's past, present and future by visiting Antarctica, right? So let us start reading. Early this year, I found myself aboard a Russian research vessel, the academic XII, heading towards the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world, Antarctica. Right? So let's have a view of Antarctica. Right? Now, this is Antarctica. You are finding no human being here on this planet. Only ice and water. Nothing is there. The coldest temperature, minus 55, and even less than that. Driest. Windiest. Winds are blowing always. Right? Antarctica is there. So my journey began 1309 degrees north of equator in Madras. Okay? I started my journey 1309 degree north of equator, right? And involved crossing 9 time zones. You know, when I started from Madras, I started in academic XII. Academic XII is the vessel. Vessel means the ship that took me to Antarctica. I crossed 9 time zones. You know, time zones. There is a specific change in time from one part of Earth to the next part. Suppose if we are sitting here in India, and if we have a time difference with Pakistan that lies in the same time zone, we have a difference of half an hour. But if we take it to Iran, it's a difference of 1.5 hours. So this difference of time of 1 hour, that constitutes one time zone. In the same manner, if we go down to south, right, in the same manner, time zones are there. 20, 24 lines are marked over Earth on globe that create time zones. So 9 time zones I had to cross. Then 6 checkpoints. 6 checkpoints, as though you must have seen checkpoints here on roads. The police checks the vehicle in the same manner. In the sea, with no one's control, no country's control, which is you can say various checkpoints have been established in sea, where sea vessels, ships, they are regularly checked whether they are smuggling or whether anything illegal is going on or not. Right? Checkpoints are there by international police. Right? Then 3 bodies of water. 3 bodies of water. First, the Bay of Bengal, then Indian Ocean, and then Antarctica, which we call South Sea. And at least as many ecospheres, different environmental conditions. So I had to travel from Madras to Antarctica. By the time I actually set foot on the Antarctic Ocean, I had been traveling over 100 hours in combination of a car, aeroplane, and a ship. In order to reach Antarctica, I had to first borrow a car, took a car from my home. Then I took aeroplane to reach Madras, and from Madras, Chennai, modern days, I took the ship. So to reach Antarctica, I took 100 days, more than 4 days, right? My first emotion when I reached there, my first emotion was on facing the Antarctica's expansive white landscape. Expansive stand for very wide, right? Wide landscape and uninterrupted blue horizon was relief. First of all, I felt relief that thank God after 4 days of journey, I was there on Antarctica at my destination. And second, what was the feeling? Followed up with an immediate and profound wonder. Profound means, profound here stand for very deep wonder. Surprise was there. Wonder at its immensity. Immensity stand for its big spread all over. How immense it was, how big it was. Its isolation. Isolation stand for its desolation, its separation from the mainland. And mainly at how there could ever have been a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. This was an extraordinary thing for me. When I came to know that India and Antarctica were the parts of same landmass, I was surprised. How it happened? Let me show you here. Antarctica and India, they were the parts of Gondwana at the time. Hundreds of million years ago, when Earth came into being, and there were only 2 big land masses, and India was almost the part of same land mass. Yes, it is surprising for you all. Yes, it is surprising. Now, this is one Laurasia. One part was Laurasia, and other was Gondwana at the south. And my dear, this one, yes, you can see Gondwana, 4 parts are there. One of them was India, which drifted towards north and became the part of northern, you can say northern isle, northern big land. So let's go into the part of history. 650 million years ago, a giant amalgamated southern supercontinent Gondwana did indeed exist. Gondwana, right? Let's have a look of Gondwana. This is what Gondwana is. A big amalgamated, a combined southern supercontinent. 650 million years ago means 65 crore years back, a giant amalgamated southern supercontinent Gondwana exists, thrived, centered roughly around the present day Antarctica, at the bottom of the earth. You are seeing at the bottom of earth this particular landmass exists, Antarctica. You can say Gondwana. Things were quite different then. Things were quite different. Humans had not arrived on the global scene. There was no issue of human beings at the time. And the climate was much warmer. Climate was much warmer. That's good. Not like this, minus 55 degree. Earlier it was very warmer there. Hosting a huge variety of flora and fauna. Flora and fauna, you know, animals were there, different sorts of animals were there, and flora, even you can say variety of plants were there. For 500 million years, Gondwana thrived. Thrived? What do you mean by thrived? Yes, that existed. But around the time when dinosaurs were wiped out, 500 million years ago, there existed dinosaurs and very big giant animals at the time, and age of mammals got underway. Age of mammals, when mammals also started their life on earth, the landmass was forced to separate into countries. This landmass that I showed you earlier, let us have a glimpse of it again. Now this one, Africa, move upward, South America, that went upward. Let me show you here. This is South America, this is Africa, India, Antarctica, Australia. They all drifted upwards, just like this. Right? And they separated into countries, shaping the globe much as that we know it today. What shape did it take? Yes, this one. This shape was further taken up now this shape was taken up later when landmass was separated, and this present shape of the world we got later on. Right? To visit Antarctica now is to be a part of that history. Yes. To visit Antarctica is now be a part of the history. Page 2, let us reach there. There it is. To get a grasp means knowledge of where we have come from and where we could possibly be heading. It's to understand the significance of Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite shields, ozone and carbon, evolution and extinction. These three theories are very much important for us to know about us, where we have come from, human beings. This earth was shaped, this earth came into being, how life began on earth, everything that depends on 2 or 3 basic theories, main theories that I'm going to discuss with you. Significance of Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite shields that formed this earth. These Cambrian granite shields, these were the basic, you can say shields, granite shields that formed the earth. Ozone and carbon evolution. Ozone came into being and carbon. The combination of these two created all such things. Theory of evolution and extinction. How things evolved and how extincted so many species. They came into being. They were evolved and they later on extincted from the earth. Dinosaurs, they came into being, but they are not surviving yet now. Very big mammoths, big huge elephants were there, almost 3 times the size of modern day elephants, but they are no more. Big dinosaurs, big elephants, and so many other very huge birds were there. You must have seen that in that movie, Jurassic Park. Yes, that sort of life existed on Earth at that time. But they evolved and they extincted. Right? Now, study further. There it is start. When you think about all that can happen in a million years, it can get pretty mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, absolutely mind-disturbing, mind-tormenting. Mind को हिला देने वाली है ये, right? When you think about all it can happen in a million year, whatsoever can happen in a million year, how many species came into being and extincted, how life began on Earth. Oh my God, it really shakes up our mind, boggles our mind. Imagination now started. India pushing northwards and from the Himalayas, India started moving from south. India started moving from south. There. India started moving from south and that formed Himalayas. Right? Later on, what happened? India, when it struck with Asia, when it jammed against Asia, and suddenly that was a big collision, and that collision created Himalayas. Right? Next, South America drifting off to join North America. South America drifting on to join North America. Now let me show you how it drifted. Now this is South America, and this moved from south to upwards and created, opening up Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current. Now it created, when it was shifted northwards, it created this passage. This passage was created. This is called Drake Passage. So it created a circumpolar current here, and this circumpolar current of water that kept Antarctica frigid, absolutely deserted. Now this is, now with the red mark I am showing you Antarctica here. So this part became absolutely frigid, right? Absolutely cold when they all moved upwards. India moved upwards, Australia moved upwards, Africa upwards, and South America upwards, right? It kept Antarctica frigid, desolate, absolutely deserted. No one was there, and at the bottom of the world. So, well, students, today we shall take up to this particular point. So we are going to finish our study today, reading today up to this particular level, up to this particular part, and tomorrow we shall take up the remaining part of this chapter. So I shall assign you some work to do, and you are to do that. Okay? Okay. Good luck.